What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jay coming at you live from a random place on planet Earth. It's getting out of hand, you guys. It's getting out of hand, and it's not funny anymore. It's getting very dire. We were laughing at it for like a good 5 years, give or take. It's not funny anymore, and honestly, it's probably never been funny. It's just that we all have a maniacal and a little bit sick sense and twisted sense of humor. But man, what Kanye tweeted yesterday kind of just put a whole different tone into the whole mix of all of the crazy lunacy that he's been spewing for the past year or like 6 months or whatever the case is, right? Hey, man. And it kind of just brings up a topic that I think a lot of people need to talk about. And I'm going to speak specifically from the perspective of a black male, because that's where I can really come from. But at the same time, even if I wasn't a black male, I think this is something that is particularly prevalent with black males in general. And that is conversations around mental health, y'all. Okay. We don't do enough of that. We don't entertain enough of that. In fact, it's almost like you're not allowed to be bogged down by mental conditions. If you've got problems, they've got to be a problem that you can connect with your fist. And I don't necessarily mean that we're trying to fight with all of our problems, but you got to be able to, okay? If your problem is a wall in front of you, you got to be able to punch it. If your problem is a person in front of you, there should be the option to punch them, right? What are you going to punch that's in your brain? That's, memories or deep-seated traumatic experiences that you went through in your past. How are you going to punch that? How are you going to punch that, And when it comes to those types of issues, we have this very specific aversion towards it. We engage with that topic in a very, should I say, matter-of-fact way. We engage with it in a very fugazi type of a thing. Like, hey, man, get over it. Let's go do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a little meal. You take you a little nap. You be good. Have your little sip of something. You be all right. You be straight. Roll you up something good, man. Get a couple of puffs, man. You be all right by the end of the day. And that's never the case. So a lot of the times, dudes, and then specifically black dudes in general, you kind of just live drowning by yourself in this little pit that you've got for yourself, because there's no one that you feel like you can actually really speak to. And it's a little unfortunate, because there you're just relegated to your spawn location. Okay, you've either spawned in with a cracked build and you've got a good circle around you with people that you can talk to as a dude, as a black dude, or you just don't. And then your only options are options that cost you money. And if it costs you money, you either have the money or you don't. You feel me? And if you do have the money, it's kind of like, damn, do you have the money for that though? It's like you should. Like, as far as priorities go, they should be high. But at the same time, it's like your mental issues are not going to cause you to go hungry before the lack of food on your table is going to cause you to go hungry, So you tend to prioritize how do you put food on the table as opposed to prioritizing what's going on in your mental, all right? Now, the whole thing with Kanye and everything is, man, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, for the past couple of months, he's just been dropping just take after take after take after take. And yeah, I've been like laughing, but not even more so at like the fact that what he's saying is funny or what he's saying is okay, but just the absurdity of it all. And I think also, though, through the laughing aspect of it, there was also a sense of not really taking what he was saying seriously. Especially like the crazy takes, right? Stuff that he said about Jay-Z and his kids, the stuff that he said about Mustache Dude, the Viltrumite that can't fly, bro, it's not calling that dude a Viltrumite. That's crazy. But stuff like that, I'll just be laughing it off and just kind of going about my day. But yeah, yesterday what he dropped, man, the whole thing with his cousin and everything, and then of course when he dropped that, from my very removed vantage point, very, very removed vantage point, most of us removed vantage point, it kind of just looked like it starts to make sense. Like, this entire dude's discography of problems and addictions and all these turmoils and stuff that he's been facing all starts to make sense from this specific. And I mean, like, it's kind of like, well, duh, bro, of course this dude has gone through stuff. Like, why do you think it's like this? I was like, yeah, sure, we kind of, but the reasons, specific pinpointable reasons, didn't really become, well, at least for me, that evident kind of until what he dropped yesterday. But I mean, at the same time, also like the whole thing with like bro losing his moms, yo, especially as a dude who has a very strong relationship with your moms, bro, I don't think losing your moms is easy. And for me, if I'm gonna pinpoint like a time where maybe things really start to get out of whack, for me it was probably around them times when he lost Donda, for real, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, bro just ain't been the same since, and he's been spiraling. And just the issue with people that are looking at somebody's life through a screen is we've been programmed for from the first instance we saw a screen, that anything that happens on this side of the screen is all entertainment, even if now sometimes what's happening on this side of our screens is a window into people's real lives. We kind of always view it as entertainment on some level, on some aspect. If it's not in front of me face to face, it's entertainment, regardless of how serious it is. I think that's just kind of a little inbuilt thing that we kind of got going on. Don't think that's going to go away, because screens is always going to be there, and we're always going to derive the type of information from screens that we do. All right, but that's also been the issue, right? It's because we've been looking at his life as more as this not a scene, man. Like, we've been looking at it as this spectacle that's been unfolding, right? And it's like a car crash that you can't look away from, type of thing. Can y'all even see me? Yeah, we got this spooky mood on, but I mean, this is a little bit of a serious topic, so I'm not even really gonna be too mad at that. Check me out though. So yeah, I mean, we've kind of spent like a good 5 years criticizing Kanye as people in general, but that's why I'm not really gonna come from that angle, because everyone has said that, yeah, despite all of these things, you can't be excused for the crazy stuff that he said. He's got a big platform, huge influence, blase. But that rhetoric has already been covered. I'm coming more from a place of empathy, you feel me? Because when I saw what I saw yesterday, I was like, nah, this one has a little bit of a different tone, you know? Like, there's no spin that you can put on it to make it humorous. It's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You can get you one of those reactions, type, you know what I'm saying? And for me, what it seems like this dude's entire thing is he's been always coming from a defensive point of view and not really offensive, you know? It's like a wounded or cornered animal that's just trying to get out of a corner, you feel me? And the corner might be something that is not as easy as, you can't write a good song out of that corner. You can't throw money and get out of that corner. It's those types of problems that you really gotta face. You don't get to run away from these ones. And then also like the whole thing with him not being able to be around his kids and everything. Man, he dropped a tweet like a couple of hours back too, talking about that. And it was just another one. Like, in light of all of this, it's just like another one. I was like, ugh, that one ain't funny either at all, you know? Yeah, so I don't know, man. I feel like maybe everyone has a part to play in all of this, in the sense that he's kind of being incentivized to continue doing this, because it's like the crazier he gets, and he obviously wants attention. The crazier he gets with the stuff that he does and says, the more attention that he gets. Maybe we just, like, people just need to stop engaging with bro, stop commenting, stop entertaining this. DJ Act gotta stop giving this guy interviews. People gotta stop giving this guy interviews, platforming him, letting him say whatever, because they know it's gonna run up the numbers on the whatever it is that they're viewing him on, whatever podcast, whatever interview, whatever reporting station, radio, what. Bro needs to just disappear. Bro needs to disappear, go surround himself with people that actually care about him, and he just needs a hard reset, y'all. And probably a lot of us need a hard reset. Maybe not as sporadic as bro, because yeah, he's dude, but hey, maybe even y'all just been holding on to things that you don't even know that you've been holding on to. You gave me to ask yourself that question: have I been doing that? And give yourself an honest answer. Maybe it's it's an opportunity for y'all to look at yourselves. A little bit of introspection. It's important to do every once in a while. I feel like introspection is the reason why I'm allowed to be so brazen and brash with the stuff that I say. Because I know that there's always some level that I kind of maintain where I have to be some measure of groundedness, then I can go as crazy as I want to, because I know that, hey, I must always maintain a solid foundation to begin with, right? Keys introspection, y'all. Do a whole lot of that. Just do a whole lot of that, man. Get that man some help, bro. Get that man some help, bro.